Hi guys, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I'm just going to be creating this small card. I've already gotten it started, but I figured, you know what, I'll go ahead and put this up on the YouTube channel. Some of you have asked me how I make my cards. So first of all, if you're not familiar already, this is an image from one of the Santoro London girls. It's this one here. She's so beautiful. It's, well, they all are, but this one's called All These Words. And this is one of the smaller stamps. She measures about, let's see here, 3 inches tall. So I went ahead and stamped her using Memento Tuxedo black ink onto white cardstock. And then I colored her in, let's see, I'm going to show you the detail there, with alcohol markers, as well as her dress. And then her hair I colored in with, let's see here, a pigment marker, and also with my Cricut pens. So the Cricut markers, or pens, however you want to call them, are really great also for shading and coloring because they come in such a great array of colors. So I went ahead and did that. I did emboss her, so when I like to stamp and emboss them first and then color them in if I can. And then what I did for the background to give it that really nice watercolor look is that I colored the background in with Oxide ink. And I believe, yes, I used Seedless Preserves. And then the colors that I used for her dress were Spectrum Noir, Soft Purple, and I'd be lying if I said I could remember the rest. But yeah, so there's that. And I even put a tiny little bit of lilac in her hair. So enough about that. I backed her up with some cardboard, if you can see that. And this is just corrugated cardboard, see? So that way it'll be nice and sturdy. And then I went ahead and cut out these pieces here, this little banner, and this beautiful paper with the stars I got from a card set recently, and it also, I cut it all out also from this shape here, which is one of my new favorites. I'm really enjoying square cards. And then I cut this background just in white. I was intending on painting it or coloring it, but then I decided to just leave it white. And then this background here, which is the gingham pink, and it's got a little bit of yellow, or yes, pink and yellow. That I cut with, it's got some very shabby looking edges, and I cut it with these old Fiskars scissors, deckle edge scissors. Years and years ago, because these are, I don't even remember when those came out. I had seen those and just dismissed them. I was like, you know, whatever. Then I was at a local resale shop, and you know how those things go. You're like, oh my gosh, a blast from the past. So I decided, instead of getting dies that do the same thing, I would just get those, because I was just about to purchase some dies that do the very same shape, that are much more expensive. I'm going to start layering this, and I'm using art glitter glue, which I'm having a love-hate relationship with right now, only because I know the adhesive is wonderful, but where I live, the temperature fluctuates greatly within every 24 hours. It's, you know, it's insane. So some days my adhesive works great, liquid adhesive. And then there are days where I can't get a drop out of that bottle no matter how I store it. So I know it's not the product, because if there's an adhesive out there, you name it, I've tried it. So I'm just gonna, I had already adhered the 2 pink papers there. So my idea here is to, you know, obviously I'm doing layer upon layer, and hopefully you guys can see that. But because she's holding that little star, I decided to cut out some stars, and I'm realizing they're right underneath where the camera is. But I cut these out. Now, I said I was going to mention some product, and I never do haul videos because that's just, I don't know, it's not my thing. But obviously these products come from somewhere, right? So here's what I'm using. This paper here, I got in a roll. Goodness, did I get this at Hobby Lobby? I want to say I got it at Hobby Lobby, and I want to show you guys, okay? Came in a roll like this, and I think it's from Paper Studio. I was quite disappointed because and it wasn't the machine, it's the paper. And just like it's not the the adhesive, it's the temperature. So anyway, I'm debating here on whether or not I want to use this glue. So it ripped apart that paper so badly that I just was really, really bummed. But I decided, you know what? It's okay. You know, you move on. So what I did was, because it's pretty thin, I backed it up with cardstock. And here it is. See? I just glued it on top of cardstock, and then I ran it through my Spellbinders with some dyes, and it cut out beautifully, because then it was much more substantial than it is on the roll, and it looks cute. Okay guys, so I am back, and I did select some yarn that I'm going to be putting in the tag, and it's going to look like this. It's got all the purples and pinks in it. So I did move the card out of the way because I decided I'm also going to add some little flowers. So I don't want to ruin my card after all of that. So I decided, okay, I'm going to add some embellishments now. And this will be one of them. I think I'm going to tie this into a bow. And this is just, it's known as eyelash yarn. And it's very, very soft, and it has all those pretty rainbow colors in it, so I think it'll fit in quite nicely. In fact, I may even, well, I don't know. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go with the card in terms of embellishments, but we'll start somewhere and go from there. So for the flowers I've decided to add, they all came in white, the particular bunch I'm working with. So I'm going to color those with Oxide inks. But in any case, there's the little tag now. And I did adhere, what I did was I cut it out using, I think I put the dye away, but I cut it out twice, once out of the silver paper and then once out of the pink paper, and then I cut the little star shape out of the center here using this tiny little die. And so I was able to layer them, and I just adhered them together. And then I also went ahead and cut out some more little stars out of that silver paper that I was mentioning, as well as a sentiment, and I'm not quite sure if I'll use it, but it's there. So now I'm just going to put some ink here on my surface, and this is why I love working on this glass mat, because I can take all the room I need there for coloring. Those colors, by the way, are Worn Lipstick and Wilted Violet. So I'm going to take my flowers, and I just, because it's Oxide ink, you get the truer color because the dye comes out once you add water. So that's why I went ahead and left those big droplets of water in the center there. And it's not going to be matchy-matchy with the card, but matching is overrated in my opinion anyway. That's the freedom you have when you create your own work, right? You get to decide what goes with what. Alright, so let me show you what this is looking like in case I was out of frame, because it could have happened. But it's very subtle, and I don't know if this lighting is the best here, but it's a very, very soft pink wash. And then because I added the lavender there, even though it looks very bright here on the mat, it actually turns out very soft on the flowers because it's it almost looks like a watercolor. And then I'm reshaping those by, you know, crumpling them back up again till they dry because I am getting them quite wet. Although if you dry them with a heat gun right away, then they return to their shape pretty nicely. Because these are paper, they're not foam. I'm going to continue here coloring these pretty little flowers, and I'm really happy with these. I did order these online because I recently got some Tim Holtz flowers that are absolutely, I think if I put them side by side with these, you wouldn't even know the difference. I got the Tim Holtz one at Hobby Lobby. And then I was online shopping and I thought, I've never shopped online for flowers. I'm going to give this a try, see what happens. I was expecting the worst. I really was not expecting to be pleased. And when they came, I just was blown away at how very much alike they are to the ones that I tend to get, the little flowers. And I will be repeating that purchase, I have to say. I'm very, very pleased. So, and the fact that you get to paint them whichever color you want is, I think, is great. So here is my little bunch of flowers that was previously white. So this is a before, and this is an after with Oxide inks. And of course then you can glitter them up as much as you like or anything like that. I think this will be sufficient for what I want to do because I'm not going to overload that card. I have another little flower bunch here that looks, to me it looks like fireworks. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to put that there, up here somewhere. I'm probably going to coil this first. So I'm going to grab a paintbrush, and I apologize if I haven't been in frame. I'm really trying. I think I want to leave the coil on that, or the little tail end, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe, maybe not. I might hide it underneath the flowers. I'm not sure yet. But this is taking shape. I had planned on putting all these little stars up here, but now I'm not so sure. I'm second guessing myself. But if I put the little flowers here and there also, I think it's going to look sweet. Although I think I'm going to snip the tails off of these flowers. So let's do that, and I'm going to use my Tim Holtz scissors for that, even though some of you may be cringing at the thought of that. But this wire is very, very thin. And again, I think I'm out of frame. So my little flowers, I'm hoping I didn't smush them too much. They're going to look like a new variety. This one fell apart, but that's okay. Glue is the answer to everything. Alright, so those are there. All of life's problems can be solved with adhesive in one way or another. Okay guys, so now I'm back and my glue gun is hot. I've also adhered my card to the base, which is also, it's a deeper pink, and it looks like this. So this is one of those square cards that I was referring to that came in that one collection or packet. And I've got my banner down behind the little girl. This is going to go here, the sentiment up here. So I like to kind of plan things out a little bit just in case, you know, something's covering an image or that sort of thing. So that's just how I like to work. Goodness gracious, I think I was probably heating up the cord. But I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this, and it may look like a ton of glue initially, but because I folded it in a certain manner, I kind of need it to have that adhesive there so that it keeps the shape. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more, and this gets really, really, really hot, but once it dries, it'll maintain its shape. And this is just one way of doing this. Of course, you can do it by putting cardboard underneath like I did this bigger image. It's just easier for me to use the hot glue on something like this. So I'm just going to hold it down till I see what I like. I now can add the little tag and kind of tuck it underneath like so. And I'm keeping this very, very playful, purposely, because of the recipient, the person who will get it. And it's meant to be a cheerful card. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the little stars. And for me, I don't know if anyone else goes through this, but being left-handed and working with dimensional objects is, oh my goodness. It's kind of difficult because, I don't know, just because. I feel like everything's always backwards for me, but, alright, so there's that. Now, I'm going to make sure that I incorporate those other little stars. And another thing I like to do when making cards is take advantage of all of the real estate, meaning that from edge to edge, you know, the design's not over until I say it's over. Some people like to leave more white space, and I certainly have made cards like that as well, and I do enjoy them. I guess it depends really what the card is for, what the occasion is. I don't always add a lot of bulk, but in this case it's pretty whimsical, so that's why it'll be okay to mix the stars with the flowers. It won't, I don't think it'll look out of place to have a star instead of a leaf. That sort of thing. So, I had mentioned getting the okay from my doctor to move around. And I'm so very grateful for that. You don't realize how much, you know, what a blessing it is to be able to do routine, banal, everyday things until you're not able to do them. And I'm so grateful for my husband and my son helping me, because I literally I couldn't do anything. There was nothing, because I was in too much pain. I'm using this tool here to kind of try to wake up that little flower again, because I did crumple it up quite a bit with the water. But she'll come back. Yeah, so it wasn't like, it wasn't like I was ill. I was in pain, severe pain, so I hope that sticks. And these little, this little thing here, oh my gosh, wow, yeah, I totally killed that flower too. I'm just seeing this now. I didn't dry it up with a heat gun. And I think I need another glue stick. So I did dry those little flowers with a heat gun because I didn't want to be here all day. Don't have time for that. And that kind of fluffed them back up. So I'm just sticking these in here randomly, hoping not to crumple them too much. Where's my pokey tool? I just had it. Here it is. I like to use this tool quite a bit, I have to say, because it lets me, you know, fiddle with the hot glue and all of that. Alright, so I think I'm happy with that. And this is the result so far. You guys will have to tell me what you think, but I really like it. It's not too crazy busy, but I think I'm gonna put maybe the little wand in there. I'm not sure. It's the little wand that came with the paper collection. Where should I put it? Yeah, I think I want to put it down here. Why not? So that's going to be another little piece, and hopefully the paper can stand it. Trying to pull, here we go, pull this away so that it's kind of tucked there. Alright, so that gave it a little more purple. And I'm out of frame again. So there's that, and it's got some texture, it's got a little this and a little that. I always clean up any cobwebs. I also cut out the sentiment here that will go on the inside, and it says praying for you, out of that same paper, and it came out, it cut beautifully with the dies, I have to say. That is a die from, oh my gosh, Simon Says Stamp, and I had the envelope, so I don't know, it disappeared. But it's a very, very thin little die from Simon Says Stamp, and I really thought that that was adorable, so I went ahead and cut that out. And now on the inside, what I will do is I will cut out some paper to match and layer it up. That's what I tend to do. Even if it doesn't take up the entire thing or surface, but just enough to make sure that I put my little sentiment inside. And then I'll likely personalize the back with my information on a little tag. But I was thinking, oh, here's what I wanted to do. The little star, I wanted her little star to shine, because it doesn't make sense to me to have all this shine all over the place and have the little girl's image there to be so dull. So I will be adhering some Recollections chunky glitter in silver. It's not called chunky, it's called glass glitter, which I was tempted to put hot glue and then drizzle it in, but I'm afraid to do that. I think if I do that, I'm going to ruin it. So I'm going to use my my Zig 2-way adhesive, and this adhesive can be pretty strong if applied correctly. Because you can go heavy with it or very, very light, especially since it comes in this pen tip, but as you see, you can let it drip out like you would water or ink. And this adhesive, you know, gets mixed reviews. I think it depends on how you use it, what results you'll get. Some people love it and some people hate it. For me, I already mentioned all life's problems can be solved with adhesive, which is not true. That's just a joke. But I think if you allow it to become a little bit pale, rather than using it when it's very, very bright blue, I think it helps. It's, so anyway. Let's go ahead and drizzle some of this. And of course it's going to be messy, so just going to grab another piece of paper and add this on top. And this is almost like mica. It's maybe even heavier than that. But I'm going to go like that, and I'm purposely putting a lot And now I'm going to press it down like so. You hear the crunch maybe. But I just want it to really, 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 you know, cover as much as possible there. And now taking it off, and it looks chunky. It looks like it says it's going to look very chunky. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit with this tool here. And this is why I love this, because then you can move things around. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I can still see her little hands. So I'm going to move that around. And I may top it off with some glossy accents. You guys have probably said that out loud watching the video. But I may top this off to make sure that those little bits don't go anywhere. And, I mean, I keep being told that glitter is going to be outlawed because it's not biodegradable, but you know what? There are some people that... No, I shouldn't say that. Oh, goodness. But, yeah. This is my... result. So now she's got a very shiny star, and I think I like that. So that's my card. I hope you guys have liked this video. I know that I rambled quite a bit, but I also wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be reviewing a couple different things. I mean, I get feedback here and there from some of you, but I wanted to show you the flowers really quickly. This is the entire pack. If you see this, I mean, that's a lot of flowers. I think for these white ones, I may have paid $2.50, I think. And again, they're the regular price of the Tim Holtz flowers, which I have around here somewhere, were $4.50. So I thought that was a great deal. And also, let's see, what else was it? Yes, I just picked up these markers, alcohol markers at Hobby Lobby. If any of you have them, let me know what you think, because I'm going to play around with them, see how they work. I've never used these before. It's an unknown brand to me. But it came like this, and obviously it was on clearance, which is why I figured I should just give them a try, because it was only $5. They come in this packet, and I figured even the case was worth the $5, because it opens up like so, and then this is the difficult part, is getting them out. But once you get them out, let me show you the tips here. It says Conda, C-O-N-D-A, and then it says the Art of Painting Pen, twin tip broad and fine. And so let's open it up. And I've not used these at all. So there's the tip there. Because I literally just got these today. And then I guess they come with a number and letter. And then there's a chisel tip. So I'll try these out, let you know what I think. And if you guys have any feedback, let me know. Any comments, leave them below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you're inspired, and be blessed. Have a great day. Bye-bye.